God says His love is the light that never goes out. In the quiet moments of your day, when the world feels heavy and your heart feels uncertain, there is a soft light that never stops shining. It's not the light of the sun or the stars, but something far greater. It's the love of God, the eternal flame that no darkness can ever extinguish. His love is not a distant idea, it's alive, burning gently within your soul, reminding you that you are never truly alone. Even when the storms rise and the night stretches endlessly, that light still glows, steady and strong, whispering, "I am here, and I will never leave you." God's love doesn't fade when you make mistakes. It doesn't dim when you feel lost or broken. It doesn't retreat when you walk through pain or disappointment. His love is not conditional, it's eternal. It's the light that has followed you from the very first breath you took, and it will continue to lead you home no matter how far you wander. You might have thought at times that you've gone too far, that you've drifted too deep into the shadows, but even there, His love finds you. It doesn't need you to be perfect to shine upon you, it simply needs your heart to be open enough to receive it. When you look at your life, there are moments that feel like pure sunlight, the laughter, the kindness, the hope that fills you up. But there are also moments of dusk, the quiet sadness, the unanswered prayers, the things you don't understand. Yet even in those darker hours, if you pause long enough, you'll feel it, the steady glow of divine love warming the coldest corners of your soul. God doesn't stop loving you because you've stumbled, He walks beside you, lighting your way one step at a time. There are days when you wake up feeling unseen. You wonder if your prayers matter, if your tears mean anything. You might whisper in the silence, "God, are you still there?" And the answer comes, not in a thunderclap, but in a soft, unwavering whisper, "Yes. I am here. I have always been here." His love doesn't need to shout to be heard. It's the calm voice that steadies you, the warmth that touches your heart when you least expect it. It's the light that guides you out of confusion and fear, leading you toward peace again and again. When you walk through pain, it's easy to believe that the light is fading, that somehow the darkness is winning. But the truth is, God's love often shines brightest in the middle of the storm. When everything around you seems uncertain, His love becomes the constant. When the world breaks your heart, His love becomes your healing. When people turn away, His love remains unshakable. You don't have to chase it or earn it. You simply have to open your heart and let it in. Think about the times you've been held together by something invisible, the strength you didn't know you had, the peace that came in the middle of chaos, the comfort that arrived just when you needed it. That wasn't luck. That was love. His love. It's the same love that wakes you up each morning, the same love that watches over you when you sleep. It's the same love that has carried you through every disappointment, every heartbreak, every season of waiting. That love has never left you, and it never will. God's love is the kind of light that refuses to die. You can try to hide from it, you can run away from it, but it will always find you. It's not just a feeling, it's a force, an energy, a truth that cannot be undone. His love is patient when you're restless, gentle when you're harsh on yourself, and strong when you're weak. It doesn't demand perfection, it delights in your authenticity. When you cry, His love holds you. When you laugh, His love rejoices with you. When you fall, His love lifts you back up. His light is always shining, not because you are flawless, but because He is faithful. Sometimes, you may wonder why things happen the way they do. You pray and wait in hope, and sometimes it feels like heaven is silent. But what if, in those quiet spaces, God's love is doing its deepest work? What if the waiting is not punishment, but preparation? What if the silence is not absence, but presence disguised in stillness? His love is not always loud or obvious, but it is always there, weaving beauty out of brokenness, turning tears into testimony. His light may not blind you with brilliance, but it will always guide you to peace. Every time you've been lost, you've been found by love. Every time you felt abandoned, God's arms have been quietly holding you. Every prayer you've whispered, every sigh you've released, He has heard it all. The light of His love reaches into the deepest places of your soul, even the parts you try to hide. He doesn't turn away from your scars, He transforms them into signs of His mercy. He doesn't ignore your pain, He walks with you through it until you reach healing. His love doesn't run out. It is endless, infinite, and eternal. When the world feels dark and the path ahead unclear, close your eyes and feel the quiet glow of His presence. You'll find that even in your loneliest moments, there is a sacred companionship that never fades. The same God who placed the stars in the sky has placed His light within you. That means no darkness can ever completely overcome you. You carry His love within your heart, a light that will never go out, no matter how hard the winds of life may blow. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are not too far gone. You are loved with a love that outlasts time, outshines fear, and outlives death. His love is the reason your heart still beats, the reason hope still stirs inside you. You might not see it all yet, but God is still writing your story, and His light will guide every word. There will come a day when you'll look back and realize that even in the moments you thought He was absent, His love was surrounding you. The same love that began your journey will finish it, faithfully and beautifully. God's love isn't fragile like human affection. It doesn't waver with emotions or fade with distance. It's not limited by your failures or bound by your doubts. It's a love that holds galaxies together and yet bends low enough to comfort you when you cry. It's the love that forgives endlessly, restores completely, and redeems perfectly. No matter how far you've gone, His light is still reaching for you. No matter how broken you feel, His love still calls you whole. You are never too far for His grace to reach, never too lost for His mercy to find. Even now, God is lighting the path ahead of you. You may not see every step, but you don't have to. His love is your lamp, and it will never burn out. Each sunrise is a reminder that His mercies are new. Each heartbeat is proof that His love is still at work. You can trust Him, even when you don't understand. You can rest in Him, even when life feels uncertain. Because His love, the light that never goes out, will lead you home every time. When you open your heart to His light, you begin to see everything differently. Fear loses its power. Worry begins to fade. The world no longer feels so dark, because you realize that love has already won. His light doesn't just shine around you, it shines through you. You become a reflection of divine love, a living flame that can warm others who are walking through their own darkness. That's the miracle of God's love, it multiplies. The more you receive it, the more it flows from you to others. Maybe right now, you're standing at a crossroads, unsure which way to go. Maybe your heart is tired of waiting, tired of hoping, tired of trying. But listen closely, this is not the end. This is the moment when His light shines most beautifully. It doesn't promise to remove all pain instantly, but it promises to walk with you through it, transforming everything it touches. His love doesn't change the fact that life can be hard, but it changes you. It fills you with peace that surpasses understanding, faith that defies logic, and joy that rises even in sorrow. There is nothing you can do to make God love you less. And there is nothing you can do to make Him love you more. His love simply is, complete, constant, unshakable. The same love that spoke creation into existence now speaks softly to your soul, saying, "You are mine. I have called you by name. You belong to me." That love will never leave you, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Even when everything else fades away, His light will remain, the light that never goes out. So tonight, when you close your eyes, let go of your fears. Let go of your guilt. Let go of the idea that you have to earn love. Just breathe in the peace that comes from knowing that God's love is holding you, surrounding you, guiding you. Let His light fill your heart until all that's left is warmth and hope. You don't have to know what's coming next. You don't have to fix everything. You just have to remember that His love, pure, eternal, unending, is enough. And tomorrow, when you wake up to face another day, remember that you are walking in that same love. Every challenge you face, every person you meet, every step you take, His light goes before you. The world may try to dim it, but it can't. His love is stronger than the night, brighter than despair, deeper than fear. It's the love that created you, sustains you, and will carry you safely home. Because no matter what happens, no matter how far the road, no matter how deep the pain, His love is the light that never goes out. It shines when you can't see the way. It warms you when the cold tries to steal your joy. It guides you back when you've lost your direction. It surrounds you when you feel alone. It is with you now, it will be with you always. Nothing, not time, not failure, not death, can ever separate you from that love. There are moments in life when you look around and everything seems uncertain. You try to understand why things happen the way they do, and yet, no matter how deeply you think, the answers seem far away. In those moments, when confusion wraps itself around your heart, God's love still whispers beneath the noise. It doesn't rush or force its way in, it waits quietly, patiently, until your heart grows still enough to listen. And when you finally do, you realize that His love has never once left your side. It's been your silent companion through every joy, every heartbreak, every prayer that seemed unanswered but was never unheard. There's a light that doesn't flicker even when the world turns cold. It lives inside you, the reflection of His eternal love. Sometimes you can feel it burning brightly, other times, it feels dim, like a spark hidden under ashes. But it's there. Always there. Even when you're tired, even when your spirit feels heavy, that divine spark never goes out. It waits for your faith to breathe upon it again, for your hope to stir, for your soul to remember that it was born from everlasting love. The same God who breathed life into you has never stopped breathing light into your journey. When life feels like it's falling apart, it's easy to question where God is. You might cry out in silence, asking Him to show Himself, to make things make sense again. And though He might not always answer in the way you expect, His love is already working in ways you cannot yet see. It moves quietly through your circumstances, rearranging things for your good, even when it feels like loss. Sometimes love allows the breaking, not to destroy, but to rebuild something stronger, purer, and truer than before. His love is not about comfort alone, it's about transformation. The light that never goes out does not just shine around you, it refines within you. Every tear you've ever cried has been seen. Every fear you've ever whispered has been heard. There is not a single moment that has escaped the attention of the one who loves you most. His love is woven into your story, even the parts you wish never happened. The heartbreaks, the delays, the disappointments, all of them become sacred places where His light touches your humanity and turns it into testimony. One day, you'll look back and see how His love carried you through the darkness, how it taught you to trust when sight was impossible, how it made your heart stronger than before. God's love doesn't promise a life without pain, but it promises presence through it. It doesn't erase your struggles, but it gives meaning to them. It doesn't prevent every storm, but it anchors you in peace that no storm can shake. That's the power of divine love. It transforms every wound into wisdom, every ending into a new beginning. You may not understand everything now, but the light that never goes out will one day reveal the purpose behind every shadow you've walked through. Sometimes you think you've lost your way, but in truth, you are still on the path He designed. You are being guided by a light that cannot fail. Even when you stumble, even when you doubt, His love is the hand that lifts you back up. He doesn't stand far away, judging your missteps. He walks beside you, whispering, "Keep going, my child." The light is still with you. And even when you can't feel Him, He is closer than the breath in your lungs, closer than the beat of your heart. His love is not a distant promise, it's a present reality. Think back to every time you thought you couldn't make it, every night you cried, every fear that consumed you, and yet, somehow, you made it through. That, somehow, was love. It was grace. It was the quiet strength that came from a source far greater than you. That strength was His hand on your heart, His light guiding your steps even when you didn't realize it. And it's still there now. You didn't make it this far to be abandoned. The same love that carried you yesterday will carry you tomorrow. There are moments when you'll feel the pull of darkness, discouragement, doubt, worry, trying to steal your peace. But remember, darkness cannot extinguish what was born of eternal light. The light of God's love is not fragile, it cannot be overcome. It has already conquered. You don't have to fight alone. All you have to do is let His love remind you of who you are, a child of the light, chosen, loved, redeemed, and never forgotten. The world may try to convince you otherwise, but the truth of His love burns stronger than any lie. When people leave, when promises break, when plans fail, His love remains. You can build your hope on that. You can rest in it. It is not shaken by your circumstances, and it does not depend on what others do or say. His love is the one thing that will never change, the one light that will never go out. It's what keeps your heart alive when everything else falls apart. It's what gives you courage when the road ahead is uncertain. It's what reminds you that even in loss, you are not lost. There will come a time when you'll see why you had to walk through what you did. The pieces that didn't make sense will form a picture of grace. The pain that seemed pointless will reveal purpose. The waiting will make sense in the light of divine timing. Until then, hold on to the truth that you are loved beyond measure. His love is the anchor that holds you in every season, the steady flame that burns even when everything else grows dim. Close your eyes and imagine that light, soft, golden, endless, wrapping around you right now. Feel it warming your heart, melting away your worries, your doubts, your fears. That is not imagination, that is presence. God's presence. His love is not just around you, it is within you, flowing through every part of your being. Every breath you take is a reminder that His love still sustains you. You are not alone in this journey, not for a single moment. The Creator of the universe is walking with you, guiding you home, lighting your path with a love that never ends. You may not have all the answers, but you have something better, you have His love. That is enough to see you through any valley, to lift you over every mountain, to comfort you in every loss. His love doesn't just illuminate your path, it transforms you into light. You become a living reflection of divine compassion. You begin to see people differently, through the lens of mercy, grace, and kindness. That is what His love does. It changes the way you see everything. And when you share that light, when you love others with the same love that God gives you, the world begins to change too. One act of kindness, one word of encouragement, one forgiving heart can send ripples of light into places you'll never see. That's how powerful love is. It multiplies, it spreads, it heals. And it all begins with you remembering that you are loved, deeply, endlessly, unconditionally. There will always be challenges, but there will always be love. There will be nights, but there will always be dawn. Because love is not just an emotion, it's the heartbeat of creation. Every sunrise, every flower that blooms, every act of grace, they all whisper the same truth: His love is alive, and it will never die. The light that never goes out is not something you chase, it's something you carry. So when you feel lost, don't look for the light outside. Look within. That is where He lives. That is where His love burns brightest. When the world tells you that you're not enough, His love will tell you that you are chosen. When you feel forgotten, His light will remind you that you are seen. When you feel weak, His presence will remind you that you are held. You are not walking in darkness, you are walking in divine light, guided by love that will never leave you. The more you trust this truth, the freer you become. The chains of fear begin to fall. The weight of guilt begins to lift. The shadows of shame begin to fade. Because love, true, divine love, heals everything it touches. It doesn't erase your past, it redeems it. It doesn't remove your humanity, it embraces it. God's love is not afraid of your flaws. It's not disappointed by your struggle. It meets you exactly where you are and says, "You are still mine." You may not feel worthy of that love, but worthiness is not the condition, it's the outcome. When you truly understand how deeply you are loved, you begin to walk differently. You start to see yourself as God sees you, radiant, chosen, forgiven, and free. And that's when His light begins to shine through you like never before. That's when others see the reflection of His love in your eyes, in your words, in your presence. Never doubt that you are loved beyond measure. Never doubt that His light is still guiding you. Even when you can't see it, it's still there, steady, unwavering, eternal. You might be walking through a tunnel right now, but there is light on both ends, because His love surrounds you completely. He has gone before you, He is beside you, and He will be there after every storm has passed. So rest tonight knowing this truth: His love is the light that will never go out. It will not fade with time. It will not weaken with distance. It will not fail you, no matter what happens. The world may change, people may come and go, but His love, the light within you, will shine forever. It is your hope, your strength, your guide, your peace. It is the heartbeat of eternity itself, calling you home. There comes a moment when the soul grows quiet enough to finally feel what words can never describe. It is the moment when everything you have been searching for outside of yourself begins to rise from within. That is where His love has always lived. You have carried it since the beginning, through every joy and sorrow, through every failure and victory, through every breath and heartbeat. You may not have known it, but His light has been your constant companion, gently guiding you, softly reminding you that you belong to something greater than your pain, greater than your fear, greater than anything this world can take away from you. When you think about all that you have walked through, the losses that broke you, the dreams that fell apart, the nights that felt endless, you will see that somehow you are still here. Somehow there is still a pulse in your chest, a spark in your spirit, a quiet strength that refuses to die. That is love. That is God. That is the light that never goes out. It has been the unseen thread holding you together when you thought you were falling apart. It has been the whisper that said, "Keep going, you are not done yet," when everything else told you to give up. There were times you thought you lost your faith, but faith never left you, it was only resting beneath your tears. There were moments you thought you lost your worth, but worth cannot be lost, it was written into your soul by the hand of the one who made you. And there were days you thought love had forgotten you, but love never forgets. Love remembers. Love returns. Love renews. His love has been weaving light through every shadow, healing every hidden wound, preparing your heart to see that nothing is wasted when it is touched by grace. Every sunrise that greets you, every gentle breeze that brushes your skin, every act of kindness you give or receive, all of it is His way of saying, "I am still here. I am still with you." You are surrounded by evidence of His love if only you pause long enough to notice. The light doesn't always appear as brilliance, sometimes it's in the softness of quiet mornings, in the laughter that suddenly fills a room, in the peace that comes for no reason at all. That's love. That's Him, reminding you that no matter how dark it feels, His light has never stopped shining. The world will keep changing. Seasons will come and go. People will arrive and leave. Plans will rise and fall. But the love that created you will never change. It is not altered by time or distance. It cannot be stolen, reduced, or undone. It is the one thing that remains when everything else fades. You can rest in that. You can build your life upon that. Because when everything else feels uncertain, love is still certain. When you cannot see the path ahead, love is still leading the way. When you cannot find the words to pray, love is already speaking for you. Sometimes the greatest act of faith is simply to keep walking. You may not know where the road leads, but love does. You may not see the destination, but love is already there, waiting to welcome you. And as you walk, love walks with you. Step by step, moment by moment, it surrounds you, it holds you, it breathes within you. Even when you stumble, love doesn't leave, it lifts. Even when you wander, love doesn't judge, it guides. Even when you doubt, love doesn't fade, it waits. You are learning what it means to live in the light. Not the blinding kind that demands perfection, but the gentle kind that invites truth. The kind of light that says you are free to be human, to feel, to grow, to heal. God's love doesn't ask you to pretend, it invites you to be real. It wants the honest version of you, the one that cries, questions, and still dares to hope. That is the heart He cherishes most. Because love is not afraid of your weakness, it meets you there and turns it into strength. There will be days when you feel like you have nothing left to give, and still His light will rise within you. It will rise through your exhaustion, through your tears, through your surrender. You will find yourself speaking words of comfort to others, not even realizing that the same light healing you is now flowing through you. That is the miracle of divine love, it multiplies. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you share, the brighter it becomes. And in time, you realize that the light you once searched for outside has become the light you now carry inside. Every act of compassion, every forgiving thought, every moment of stillness where you choose peace over anger, adds another glow to that eternal flame within you. You are part of the way God keeps His light alive in the world. You may not see how much of a difference you make, but heaven does. Every kind word you speak echoes far beyond your understanding. Every silent prayer you whisper becomes part of the harmony of eternity. Love does not measure by size, it measures by sincerity. And in the eyes of love, even the smallest light is infinite. When you stand under the stars, remember that the same God who placed each one in the sky placed His own light in your soul. You are made of the same brilliance, crafted from the same divine spark. That's why you're drawn to the light, because it recognizes itself in you. And that's why the darkness can never truly own you. You might walk through it, but you'll never belong to it. The light within you is eternal, and eternity always wins. There is a home beyond this world where the light shines so pure it has no shadow at all. One day, you will see it with your own eyes. But until that day, God's love has chosen to live within you as a reminder of what's waiting. That's why you feel hope even when things don't make sense. That's why you still find the courage to love even after being hurt. That's why you still believe in beauty, in kindness, in grace. Because deep down, your soul remembers the light it came from. You are only ever walking back toward it. And as you walk, know this: you are never walking alone. Every step is accompanied by the one who knows you completely and loves you endlessly. He walks beside you when you are joyful and when you are weary. He listens when you speak and when you can't find the words. He carries you when you cannot take another step. His presence is not far away, it is the breath within your lungs, the peace that rises when you quiet your thoughts. The love of God is not just something you believe in, it's something you live in. So take heart, beloved soul. The light that never goes out is not just a promise for tomorrow, it is your reality right now. It glows in your heart, in your hope, in your smallest acts of faith. When you love others, you keep that light alive. When you forgive, you feed its flame. When you choose kindness, you reflect heaven itself. And though the world may sometimes forget what love looks like, your life will remind it. One day, everything you've ever struggled to understand will make sense. You'll see that nothing was random, nothing was wasted, and nothing was without purpose. The pieces of your story will fit together in a way that only divine love could design. And when that day comes, you will see that the light you carried all along was never small. It was the same eternal light that burns in the heart of God. It was Him in you, guiding you home, one step at a time. Until that moment, let this truth be your anchor: you are loved beyond measure, seen beyond words, and held beyond time. No matter where life leads you, that love goes with you. It will be the first light you see in the morning, the last light that comforts you at night, and the eternal light that welcomes you when this life is done. The love that never goes out is still shining now, through you, for you, within you. And it always will.